Okay, welcome to another episode of Mom Knows Ball, the Jacksonville Jaguar playoff edition. It's been
Short-lived playoff edition.
short-lived. I'm Melinda King. Some folks call me Mom. Got my sidekick Jordan King today. How's it going, Jay King?
We're hanging in there. We are hanging in there. I think you've seen me crash out after a couple losses. I'm doing okay. You know, I'm trying to stay positive and think about the future. But tough loss, tough to think of the season. You know, after winning 8 straight, it's just all over now. But
It is.
yeah, we'll dive into it. But you know, I just want to say, great season to my Jacksonville Jaguars. Like I am looking at it with a glass half full mindset. Really great season. Proud of our guys. You know, we fought to the very end, and it just wasn't enough. So
Yeah, and same thing for me. I'm really proud. I'm proud to walk around with my Jaguar jersey on. You know, the final score was 24-27. There were like moments that it could have gone either way. But you know, here we are, and in true Jaguar fashion, we're gonna talk about our offense, our defense, start of the game, and our side eye, and then just kind of wrap it up at the end. So, you know, offense. You know, let me look at my stats here. Trevor had 2 interceptions. One, you know, was on him, and then the other one, to me, at the very end, it was Jacoby Myers missing a ball that I felt like he could have caught, and then, you know, because he tipped it, it got picked off, and that was the end of the game. They had 205 passing yards and 154 rushing yards. Uh, you know, there were moments that, you know, we would have liked to have gone a different way. Why are you laughing, Jordan?
no, I'm just, you know, the internet is just awful, and so I'm seeing online, and I think it's a really lazy take, and you know, something to put this loss on Trevor Lawrence. I refuse to do it.
No.
Yeah,
No,
and
I won't do that either. You know,
yeah,
you know, I am, you know, I had some moments of being kind of cool on Trevor, and you know, because I'm like, you had your first round draft pick, you know, first person picked in the draft, and you know, I don't feel like he had achieved at the level that I was expecting. But then, you know, this game was, you know, if you're gonna put this game on him, then you're gonna say,
then
okay, then he
if
was
you're
the
gonna put
only
this game on him,
all those other wins.
then if you're gonna put this game on him, first off, you didn't watch the full game, and second off, you were waiting to make your Trevor Lawrence jokes
Yeah,
before
yeah.
the game even
No,
started.
not doing that.
You were waiting for him to turn into a pumpkin, and he didn't. You know,
He did not. No,
he
no.
definitely didn't. And to go off, yeah, I think the offense, we moved the ball great. The running game was fantastic. Tootin and Etienne both came to play
Absolutely.
today. Really, really good. I mean, when we needed points towards the end, we got them on every drive besides from that last one. But then there was also a drive that I think was kind of a game changer. And just to go back to our offense, where we went for it on 4th and 2 to basically try to go up 14-3 instead of 10-3 and just take the easy points. And Trevor's shin was down, and I think that was a momentum shift because it kind of stalled our offense after that. After that, we had a 3 and out, and then, you know, we had the missed field goal at the end of the half. So it was just it felt like our offense didn't really get into a rhythm until the end of the game. And then, you know, it comes down to 1 or 2, you know, a tipped ball or 2, and that's how football is.
That's how football is.
That's how football is, and it's lame to say. Trust me, I love a good scapegoat. Give me all the scapegoats.
There is none.
At first, I just can't. I can't.
There's no scapegoat.
All I will say is Josh Allen is that dude. He is that dude, and Trevor Lawrence isn't that dude yet. But that's not to take away from Trevor Lawrence's play. I think he matched Josh Allen. And I think, again, we would be riding Trevor Lawrence's jock if he ends up driving down the field at the very end and throwing his fourth touchdown pass.
Yeah,
But now he's the scapegoat. So it's like
yeah.
it's
Everybody
tough.
likes
It's just
escape.
yeah, it's
It's
lazy. It's lazy analysis. So I'm not gonna.
I know we're
I'm
not doing that.
okay. I'm
We're
okay.
not
Yeah.
doing that. Okay. On the defense, I mean, we had a sack. We held that entire team to 79 yards rushing. The entire team. You know, we had not had a single game where we'd given up 75 yards of rushing to a single player. And they are a rushing team. And you know, and we did that. We forced a fumble. So you know, just but we gave up some big plays, and once we, all you got to do is have, give up one or two big plays, and it makes
Yeah.
a difference.
Yeah. I mean,
And
I think we lived up to the hype of having the number one rush defense.
hmm
James Cook wasn't able to do much, but we gave up so many down the field strikes. Let Josh Allen just gave him just enough time to get the ball off, to get a pass downfield to Shakir, or even who was it? Brandon Cooks had a great game. So I mean, our defense was good, but we broke at the end. And I think, we gave them a lot of easy scores. Again, it's just, but I'm not going to say the defense played bad, because look, we held the number one rush offense to 79 yards. I mean,
79 yards,
yeah,
exactly.
that's impressive. But at the end of the day, it's a pass first league, and so you gotta be able to stop the pass. And I don't think we made enough big plays. And I think we could have used a big turnover. We didn't force any turnovers outside of special teams.
Yeah,
Um, and so it was same with the offense, good, not great. And you gotta be good with a couple breaks to win in this league in the playoffs, especially against the reigning MVP. So
yeah.
everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, Jordan's being so rational." It's like, yeah, I I don't know what it is. Call it maturity, call it being
Let's
32,
call it,
but
yeah,
this is
a
growth.
little peek behind the curtain. Jordan said, regardless of the outcome of this game, I'm going to do this episode with you.
Yeah,
And Crawford said he's not going to do this episode after we lost, and I'm so happy you're here. Okay,
yeah, no,
okay, and then
I'm
okay,
happy to be
so
here. I'm happy to be here. I just yeah, tough.
tough loss. So in terms of start of the game, my start of the game is the Jacksonville Jaguar fans.
Yeah.
They were solid today. Did you? I mean, like
No, it
that
was great. Oh,
place was rocking. I was like,
they kept on showing that one black lady with
I
her.
loved it.
Oh yeah, with her afro, with her teal afro, and we'll show a picture of it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it just I do appreciate the fans showing out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't want to get. It's hard. It's tough to say. I don't know who to give the star of the game to.
Okay.
I I do think Trevor
Who did
played
you give it to?
what?
Who did you give it
I want to give it to Trevor Lawrence. I want to give it to Trevor Lawrence.
to? Yeah.
It's my star. I'm going to give it to Trevor Lawrence. I love Trevor Lawrence. I have been a protector of Trevor Lawrence. I gave up on Trevor Lawrence earlier in the year. I came full circle, and I think I'm going to give it to Trevor Lawrence and Liam Cohen, not just for the game, but for the season. We're going into next year with just some juice. And I think Trevor is going to have the games where he throws a pick or two. It's going to happen. But I think we're only going to get better. We're going to get, Caleb Bransaw, and we're going to get our cousin, crazy to say, Caleb
No,
Bransaw.
every time somebody says that,
Yeah,
it's so
Caleb
funny.
Bransaw and Travis Hunter back. I'm excited about the future. This wasn't if we don't win this one, who knows what's going to happen. I
Yeah.
feel like the future is bright. So yeah, I'm going to give it to Trevor Lawrence for stepping up when it mattered most. We did not get embarrassed in that game. We matched the Bills touchdown for touchdown to the very end.
Very.
I can't ask for a better performance. So
And it was really hard for me to come with the side eye. And I don't have a major side eye. It's just, Cam Little, I wish he had not missed that 54-yard field goal going into the half. I mean,
yeah,
dude kicked 67, 68-yard field goals. So, it's not a side eye because he's been so reliable all
yeah.
year. But if you have to have a side eye, then that's where I'm going.
I'm gonna go my side eye. I think Jacoby Myers. I think it was a great play at the end of the game by Tre'Davious White, who I thought was cooked. I just thought he was way past his prime. But we paid all this money for him. We gave him the extension, and I know he does a lot for us. And look, he laid out Joey Bosa earlier in the game, and it was like no one looked like Mom. It looked like the Maurice Jones-Drew laying out Sean Marion play. If we would have won that game, they would have used that as a rallying cry.
Yeah.
But there was just, he had a couple drops, he had a drop or two, and at the end, I would have liked to see him fight for that ball a little bit more. Again, great play. I'm not putting that on Trevor. I think it was just a great defensive play.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say I would have wanted a little bit more from our quote-unquote highest paid wide receiver at this point, and Jacoby Myers. So that's my side eye. But again, great season.
Yeah,
Proud of this team.
Crawford had, he thought so as well. I mean, here we are. We are basically at the end of our two teams. The Alabama is out of the college football playoff. The Jacksonville Jaguars are out of the NFL playoff. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little break.
Yep.
And then we're going to come back as we start to get ready for the NFL draft, because we got to do our analysis. For
the no draft picks we have in the first round. I don't think we have like a draft. I don't think we have a draft pick till like the third round. We gave up everything.
But still, that's when you get some really good guys around the third round. Yeah. We got to give our insights there, and then we got to give. We got to prop up our Alabama players who are participating in the draft. So we'll talk a little about the combine, and I think we decided we were going to have a draft night episode where we were going to dress up. So, Jordan, Tim, and I are going to be like.
I don't remember this, but
yes, you agreed.
Okay,
you agreed.
All right.
You agreed. And even between now and then, we're still you're going to see. Glimpses of me on social media, because I want to thank everybody who supported this year's episode of Mom Knows Ball. We had like a 50% improvement in our subscribers, over 50% improvement in engagement. I got into some juicy social media fights about sports. Sometimes they were a little nasty, but I'm told that's like a good thing. Like, I got mad at people, then I blocked them on my social media account because they would say, that's a stupid tag. You clearly don't know football. So yeah, I think, this is our second season, and I didn't mean to bore you. I didn't know.
God forbid a brother has a yawn. Like, what's the issue? I don't. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I want to thank all the guests, all the people who said, hey, you should talk to this person. Last week we had Jeremiah and Caleb Castile. They were great. And we just had a great group this year. So, Jordan, anything you want to say before we do our sign out?
No, but I think I'm all set. You caught me on a good day, I guess, that I am speaking so rationally. I got some texts for some friends. Tough loss. Yeah, tough. Don't text me though if you haven't been texting me when the Jags are winning. Don't do that.
Absolutely.
That's when you get a Jordan crash out. So
that's when it's not pretty. And it's not a moment that I'm proud of. In fact, in the house, Crawford's watching the game, and we had to put a curse jar. And because everything is digital, we have the jar and it looks empty, but he has to cash out me money for every time he used a bad word. I don't play that. So anyway.
You don't play that.
We don't play that. So
all right, Mom. Well, for the last time in a while, I have to ask, even though at this point it's a rhetorical question, do you know ball?
Let me think. I know ball.
She knows ball, folks.
Jay King, do you know ball?
I dabble in ball knowledge. I dabble in ball knowledge. Yeah.
Subscribe,
do all the things my mom says. Just do what mom says, and you'll be safe.
Do what mom says, and it's all good.
Yep.
All right.
Until next time, peace, y'all.
Do ball.
Do ball.